The sterile halls of the Imperial Medical Facility on Arcturus Prime hummed with the quiet desperation of failure. Chancellor Vexthor stood before the observation window, his forearms crossed in a gesture that transcended species, helplessness. Beyond the crystalline barrier, his daughter lay motionless, her silvery skin fading to an ashen gray. 17 physicians, he whispered, his translator barely catching the words. The finest minds from 12 star systems, and none can save her. Dr. Calrian, chief surgeon of the facility, lowered his elongated head. The neural pathways are unlike anything we've encountered, Chancellor. The human contamination from the accident has created a hybrid system we cannot map. Every time we attempt an intervention, we risk complete systemic collapse. 3 months ago, young Lyra had been visiting the human district against protocol when an explosion at a fusion reactor had bathed her in exotic radiation mixed with human genetic material from the casualties. The resulting mutation had baffled every xenobiologist in the sector. She was neither fully Arcturan nor human, but something caught painfully between. Kevin didn't look up from the dying repulsor bike when the official transport landed in the grimy alley outside his shop. He was elbow deep in the engine, coaxing life back into coils that should have been scrapped years ago. That was his gift, seeing potential where others saw trash, finding solutions in the spaces between established knowledge. Kevin Reeves? The voice was crisp, official, translated from something that clicked and whistled. Shop's closed, Kevin muttered, finally glancing up. His grease-stained face took in the delegation, 3 Arcturan officials in their ceremonial armor, looking absurdly out of place among the rust and refuse of Earth's lower districts. The Chancellor requests your presence. It concerns a medical matter. Kevin laughed, wiping his hands on an already filthy rag. I fix bikes and old satellites, not people. You've got the wrong guy. We have the correct human. The lead official stepped forward, and something in his bearing made Kevin's laughter die. You are the one who repaired the quantum resonator at the embassy? The 1-7 engineers said was impossible to fix. That was different. It was just broken, not... Please. The word translated through alien vocal cords carried a weight that transcended language. A child is dying. Anna had been the Chancellor's personal physician for 2 years, and in that time she'd learned that alien biology, for all its differences, followed certain universal principles. But Lyra's case shattered everything she thought she knew. She looked up as the doors hissed open, surprised to see a human and even more surprised by his appearance. Kevin looked like he'd been assembled from spare parts himself, mismatched clothes, scarred hands, and eyes that seemed to catalog everything they touched. You're the medical team? He asked, taking in the banks of alien technology. Dr. Anna Chen, she said, extending a hand. He shook it with a grip that spoke of years working with resistant machinery. And you're the miracle worker they dragged out of the slums? Street mechanic, he corrected, moving to the observation window. His eyes fixed on Lyra, and something shifted in his expression. What happened to her? Anna explained the accident, the hybrid systems, the cascade failures. Kevin listened silently, then asked, Can I see the scans? All of them. For 3 hours, Kevin studied data that should have meant nothing to him. Anna watched, fascinated, as his fingers traced patterns in the holographic displays, muttering to himself about signal interference and feedback loops. It's not biological, he finally said. What? Anna leaned forward. I mean, it is, but you're thinking about it wrong. He pulled up 2 scans simultaneously. Look, you see these pathways as failed neural connections, but I see a circuit that's trying to complete itself and can't because it's getting contradictory instructions. Dr. Calrian, who had been observing, clicked dismissively. We have considered the bioelectric components, not bioelectric quantum. Kevin's eyes were bright now, alive with the same energy Anna had seen in truly brilliant minds. The human DNA isn't contaminating her system. It's trying to network with it, like 2 different computer languages trying to talk to each other without a translator. Anna felt her breath catch. The radiation didn't just damage her, it tried to create a bridge. Yeah, but the bridge is incomplete. It's like having half a handshake, just enough connection to cause interference, not enough to actually work. Kevin turned to face the assembled physicians. You can't cut out the human elements without killing her Arcturan biology. They're already too integrated. But you also can't just leave them. The incomplete connections are degrading both systems. Then what do you propose? Chancellor Vexthor had entered without announcement, his desperation overriding protocol. Kevin looked at Anna. We finished the bridge. The procedure took 18 hours. While Anna handled the biological components with microscopic precision, Kevin worked on what he called the architecture, mapping the incomplete neural pathways and finding ways to complete the connections using principles he'd learned from coaxing dead machines back to life. Bypass here, he'd say, and Anna would reroute cellular pathways. Need a bridge, and she'd encourage nerve growth with targeted stimulation. Too much resistance, and together they'd find ways to smooth the signal flow. The other physicians watched in bewilderment as a street mechanic and a human doctor achieved what 12-star systems worth of expertise could not. They worked with an intuitive synchronicity, Anna's medical knowledge combining with Kevin's unorthodox problem-solving to create solutions that existed in neither textbook. When Lyra's eyes finally opened, now an unprecedented blend of silver and brown, the room erupted in clicks, whistles, and one very human cheer. Chancellor Vexthor approached Kevin, who was nearly asleep on his feet, covered in various biological fluids that didn't bear thinking about. How did you know? Kevin shrugged. I fix broken things. Doesn't matter if it's a bike or a kid, broken is broken. You just have to stop seeing what something's supposed to be and start seeing what it's trying to become. Anna smiled, watching as Lyra's hand, now able to shift between Arcturan silver and human pink at will, reached for her father. Sometimes the best solutions came not from the most educated minds, but from those who'd learned to see possibilities in the impossible. Humanity's greatest gift, she thought, wasn't its technology or even its resilience. It was the stubborn refusal to accept that anything was truly unfixable.